So I want to talk to you about a disease that astronomers get, especially backyard amateur astronomers, and it's called aperture fever. And there's no known cure for this disease. I'm being funny, but really, once you get the bug for looking through telescopes, you always want a bigger one. And bigger really is better when it comes to telescopes. For the main reason is that you need a large bucket to gather a large amount of water, right? You wouldn't want to gather water from a well using a teacup because it would take too long and you wouldn't be able to gather that much water. Well, similarly, when we try to gather light from a distant, dim object, we want to gather as much light as possible so that we can just see the object better, to make it brighter, to be able to see more detail. And there's no way around it. In order to gather more light, we need a bigger telescope. So here are 3 telescopes from my personal collection. The one on the right, the smaller one, is a telescope I actually made. The mirror has a diameter of 8 inches. The one in the middle is a commercial telescope that I bought. It has a diameter of 10 inches. And the one on the left, the one that has the crazy stickers all over it, that is a 13-inch telescope. So they're all the same design. They're all Newtonian reflectors, but I've arranged them in order of increasing aperture, increasing diameter. And the larger the diameter, the larger the aperture, the more light it can gather. So that 13-inch telescope it's not twice the diameter of the 8-inch telescope, but it gathers about twice as much light because it has a larger mirror, has a larger surface area. It's a bigger bucket. And the other reason why a bigger telescope is better is because the larger the main optics, the larger the aperture, the greater the detail that we can see. Because we don't just want an image to look big, and we don't just want it to look bright, we want it to look clear. You know, think about when you take a JPEG or a GIF file from the internet and you put it in a PowerPoint and you try to make it larger, you blow it up. And the larger you blow it up, the fuzzier it gets. So resolution is also extremely important. The larger the aperture, the larger the diameter of the main optics of the telescope, the greater the detail that you're going to see. So you can see here my progression in aperture fever. And again, there's no known cure for it, but at least aperture fever has a logic behind it.